I think we're live. Are we live, everybody? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are back on this beautiful October 23rd, 2023. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm having certainly a great day myself. And today we got a lot to discuss. We got to talk about the speakership slap fight. We got to talk about the presidential election. A lot of stuff's going down, and I'm guaranteeing that this stream we're going to probably get a couple breaking news, like breaking news, Tim Scott has dropped out or something. You know, that's probably what we're going to head towards today, but I hope everyone's having a great day. And before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. And again, there's a lot of stuff going down, and also, before I forget, if you do got any questions, concerns, whatever, that you want me to answer, best way to get them answered is send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read all the chat, but knowing tonight it's going to be a very wacky, it's going to be a very chaotic day, I think. I have a weird feeling that something crazy is going to happen. But, yeah, so the main focus of today's stream is on the speakership slap fight. Now, let me be clear. Jim Jordan got absolutely screwed in this situation. How they dealt with Jim Jordan was absolutely pathetic. I mean, what the hell were they doing? Oh, after 3 rounds, we are going to drop Jordan, but we can live with McCarthy for 15. It's like, what? And they did out of some petty bull crap, and now Don Bacon's keeps running his mouth on Twitter. Hey, dude, instead of being a dumbass on Twitter, represent your voters. You're in a Biden district. Why the hell are you not worried about that? You're going to get absolutely walloped next year. I mean, what am I supposed to say about that guy? That guy is completely dumb. He's an asshole. I don't know what to call him. It's stupid that we're in this situation of the Republican Party where people like Don Bacon keep running their mouths. It's unbelievable. And the arrogance of some of these people. Well, I know better than my voters, so I will vote against them. What? But anyways, that's not really what we're here for. We're here for the speakership shit show. That's what I'm calling it. There are 9 candidates as of now, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, there are 9 people that are running for speaker. Mike Collins is a meme, by the way. Shout out to Mike Collins. He's turned into one of the funniest congressmen. I mean, his Twitter account's gold. But yeah. When Bacon lose, I won't care. Yeah. I mean, I really wouldn't, unless, like, we need him to win to keep the majority, which at that point, it's like, is it really a majority? I don't know. Alright, let's get into it. 9 Republicans have announced they will run for Speaker after the party cast aside Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio as its latest nominee for the leadership post. A flood of lawmakers began campaigning just hours after Republicans voted in a closed-door meeting to restart the nomination process after Mr. Jordan. Again, this behind-the-door bullcrap needs to end. No voter likes this. Like, be a man and admit, okay, how did I vote? Don't do this behind-the-doors bullcrap of secretly, I voted for Jim Jordan, but I didn't behind the closed doors. Absolute bullcrap what they pulled on him. After he backed McCarthy the entire time, after he gave Scalise an endorsement, these assholes say, oh, well, Matt Gaetz. It's absolutely pathetic that we're dealing with bozos like Don Bacon and Carlos Jimenez. How will this affect 2024 with Trump? I don't think the speakership stuff changes much. Because, like, you know, Trump's staying out of it mostly. And a lot of people are exposing themselves for being incompetent assholes. Any Republican in a blue seat should be like Fitzpatrick, keep their damn mouth shut. Yeah. I mean, Bacon was... What the hell is he doing? And Lawler, same deal. You're not in like a R plus 10 seat. Stop stop trying to get your name in the media. That's going to end horribly for you. These maroons are not taking the Fitzpatrick route. Fitzpatrick is a moderate everybody likes. Because, you know, he don't spout this bull crap of, we need to work with Democrats on picking a speaker and go against the conference. It's like, what are you doing? General Hydra for 2, rap about Dr. Steve Turley. I'm fine with, have no real opinions on him. So, unfortunately, Tom Emmer is the only one with endorsements outside his home state. That's actually false. 100% false. Byron Donalds got endorsements from Chip Roy and Ronnie Jackson. Who would be better, Donalds, Hearn, or the guy from Minnesota? Donalds, best on the issues. Best on, like, being a speaker, I would say Hearn. But alright, let's look at the 9 people running for the speakership. Obviously, the frontrunner right now is Mr. Tom Emmer of Minnesota. He's the highest-ranking Republican in the race. He is the quote-unquote whip. He's not a good one, a good whip. I guess whip, but I like saying whip, but he's not a good whip. He's absolutely atrocious. He was a garbage NRCC person. But for whatever reason, it seems like the House Freedom Caucus likes this guy. Like, chat, why? Do they got something like Emmer where they can, like, get him to whatever they want? I don't know, but he is the whip and he's a bad one. But it seems like he is able to get, controlled by other people. Alright. He is considered among the frontrunners, though he could encounter the same issues that dogged Representative Steve Scalise of Louisiana. Republicans' first failed nominee replaced Mr. McCarthy. Far-right Republican. Of course, far-right. You had Nancy Mace opposing Scalise. Shut up. I'm getting real sick of this. Far-right. Look who opposed Scalise. It wasn't mostly the Trump people. There were some. But Nancy Mace and a few others, like... What? Have accused Mr. Emmer of being insufficiently supportive of former President Trump. He hates Trump. Hasn't endorsed him, and suddenly he's his best friend. But look what Trump said today. Yeah, I got a lot of phone calls, okay? A lot of great phone calls today, especially from Tom Emmer. Great guy, great guy. But it's like, what? Now you decided to? Whatever. Tom Emmer, he's a complete fake and a fraud, but people like him? And some moderates in the conference are privately unhappy they did not back the efforts to temporarily empower the acting speaker. I'm going to laugh my ass off if that's what causes him to, well, there's one other part that seems like a meme on paper, but considering some of the people that represent us, that theory may not be far-fetched. We'll get to that in a second. A former college ice hockey player and coach, Mr. Emmer's allies among both the conservative and the established wings of the party. Emmer served 2 terms as the chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee. Did good in 2020, shat himself in 2022. Because here's what happened. This is the problem with a lot of these bozos. In 2020, they really believed Republicans are going to lose 30 House seats in 2020. So he decided to play defensive and focus on nonsensical safe R seats. Well, Republicans almost got a majority in 2020. In 2022, he focused on, like, Oregon's, like, 8th or whatever. They, like, beat Biden plus 20 seat or whatever. And, like, same thing in Washington. It's like, yeah, those are nice to win, but focus on J.R. Majewski. Focus on, seats, like, against Cuellar. Focus on seats in New York against Pat Ryan. Like, with George Logan, etc. It's like, I don't get it. Who knows? The second person's Austin Scott. I hate this guy. In my opinion, this asshole did a lot of damage to Jordan. Mr. Scott, 53, was a surprise candidate for the Speaker nomination last week, garnering 81 votes in the conference against the better-known Mr. Jordan. A small business owner, Mr. Scott was a freshman class president for the 112th Congress. He is also an ally of McCarthy, and expressed outrage at California's ousters at the hands of far-right rebels, denouncing them as nothing more than grifters. Yeah, the guy that probably did a lot of damage to Jordan. Because at the last millisecond, he decided to run against Jim Jordan. And in my opinion, that caused a lot of problems, what he did. I mean, what the hell are you doing when you know Jim Jordan's got it? It's not like against Scalise where it was very close. It was like within 20. Everybody knew Jordan was going to be the candidate after Scalise. And this bozo at the last second decides, we are going to focus on taking out Jim Jordan. And probably, like, gave some people reason to vote against him. I don't get it. And these private door meeting bullcrap of behind closed doors, we will vote however we want. Why is that not public? Why is that information not public at how you vote for the speaker? Okay, fine, like some lower tier, deputy whip. That's one thing. But for Speaker of the House? You're telling me that you can't do that publicly, or at least like some kind of like public vote. What? Never forget what the establishment did to Jordan when they put up their candidate again, blocking them until they drop out. I mean, that may happen. I'm going to wait till Don Bacon loses on Twitter. I swear, if he says the majority of the conference voted for, say, Austin Scott, we must get behind him. I'm going to freaking... you can't keep flip-flopping from the majority of the conference said so to the minority said what. It's like, what? So yeah, Austin Scott's definitely a guy that I think he's like thinking he could win because he screwed over Jordan, but I don't think so. And this is the one that I personally support, and I think there's a meme reason for why I think he could win. Byron Donalds. In my opinion, policy-wise, he's number one. Close with Kevin Hearn, but I think he slightly has I think he has the edge over Hearn, or at least on policy. On effectiveness, we'll get to that. Mr. Donalds, 44, a member of the ultra-conservative House Freedom Caucus, is a favorite of the party's right wing. This is only his second term in Congress. He won his Naples-based district in 2020. A native New Yorker received as many as 20 votes for Speaker on the House floor in January during the prolonged fight that resulted in McCarthy emerging as Speaker. He has already picked up endorsements from his fellow Floridians, and he's picked up endorsements from Ronnie Jackson and Chip Roy. I think this guy has something. I think there is something you can pull. One, there's actually four reasons why. One, it seems like everybody likes Donalds, right? Two, he hasn't been in Congress long enough, which you may seem as a negative. I think it's a positive in this situation. He hasn't been in Congress long enough to piss people off. Like, that's a problem with, Tom Emmer. He's been there for, 10 years. And who knows, but let's say a bunch of people are pissed at him. Well, do some math. They're probably not going to support him. Number three, and this is a key one, he's from Florida, which has a lot of Republicans that are getting behind him already. And number four, and this may seem like a stupid reason at first, but when you think about who we have in the Republican Party, it makes sense. You're going to have these old-ass white dudes vote for him because he's black. I know that sounds crazy, but let's be real. These people don't give a crap about policy or whatnot. They're just going to think, well, the Democrats are the real racists, so we're going to support Donalds because of his skin color. Would you be shocked if, freaking Homer Simpson from Idaho does that? Would you be surprised? Hell, Carlos Jimenez is already backing Donalds. What does that tell you? Again, I'm not saying that that's why he should be the speaker. I think he should be the speaker because he's well-liked. He's great on the issues. I think he does have a good future. But I'm just saying, Would you be shocked if people did that because of his skin color? Would you? We're talking with a modern day GOP. They would absolutely do that crap. Which is stupid. I hate that. But yeah. I kind of want to see the Rhinos only vote for Donald just because they want to brag about how they are not racist. Yeah. I guarantee you these people would do it. Don Bacon would suddenly flip like a freaking bozo. Oh, I could support the respectable man from Florida, who's arguably more conservative than Jim Jordan. I'm just... That would be absolutely hilarious, and it shows how unserious these people are. Chris Christie for Speaker, no. Jeffries and Dems would have a meltdown, true. But I mean, that I really do think there are some Republicans that would do that. They would pull that crap, and it's absolutely terrible we're in that situation, but it may happen. Get a speaker based on the color of his skin. We're at that point, I think, as a quote-unquote conservative party. I like Donald because of his policy stances, but the fact that people are going to vote for him for that is just... Elected bros will bite their tongues to support Donaldson because he's black. Yeah, they would. That's how pathetic some of these people are. Not based on policy, but based on this crap. Identity politics. Funny enough. The Republicans act like Democrats say. Yeah, I think some of them are. Carlos Jimenez already. He flipped like a piece of cardboard towards Donald's. No, that may be because he's from Florida, but still. Do it. Sam Madsen for 2. There was a Christie town hall. No. No, there's not. I refuse to accept this. Let's check. Is there actually a Chris Christie town hall? Let's see. No, there isn't. Thank God. There was one yesterday. So, I thought there was one for a second. But, yeah. Donalds is great because he's a lot like Clarence Thomas. Well, he's just good on the issues. You know, I don't care about his skin color. The fact that some people already bring that up is just pathetic, and I think that's a true theory. But... Did Christie qualify for the next debate? I don't know. John Rutherford might get primary to Florida District 5. As Duval County School Board member April Carney is looking at challenging him. He could also retire. Yeah, he needs to go. Alright, so this is my opinion the most effective pick, that it's good on the issues. Kevin Hearn. Mr. Hearn is 61 and is the chairman of the Republican Study Committee, a group committed to advancing conservative ideology that a majority of the Republican conference belongs to. It's more like, I think it's like 90%. Fact check me. What percent of the Republican conference is in this committee? Is it like 80%? I think so. The Post often serves as a springboard to leadership positions. Mr. Jordan and Mr. Scalise, as well as former Vice President Pence, have all led the committee. Pence led it before? I didn't know that when he was in Congress. Mr. Hearn has the conservative credentials that could assuage the hard-right lawmakers who bedeviled Mr. McCarthy, but he is seen as a more modern option than Mr. Jordan. They have the same voting record. Are these people this dumb? They have the same record. It's at 98% versus 97%. Nicknamed the McCongressman for his previous ownerships of 18 McDonald's franchises, Mr. Hearn, a former aerospace engineer, was elected to the House in 2018. I forgot about that. General Hydra for 2, rap about Dr. Steve Turley. Huh? I thought you already sent that. But yeah. Again, I don't know enough about Steve Turley. I know a little bit, but yeah. Kevin Hearn is boring, not gonna lie. Yeah, but his voting record's basically perfect. Jordan does have a better voting record than Hearn, though. Yeah, 98% versus 97%. At that point, it's like, who gives a shit? Like, really. Let's see. McDonald's man. Yeah, I mean, that's his nickname. About 70%. Yeah, so the Republican Study Committee is important. I mean, obviously it's 70 to 80%. And I think even the only one's not in is like Don Bacon. Freaking course he is, and I believe so. But who's Steve Turley? A doctor. Hot take: Kevin Hearn to run for Senate and replace McConnell. Well, Hearn's from Oklahoma, so I mean, if the Bozo retires, Mullen, I still think that was one of Trump's biggest mistakes. If you look at the most important bills, Jordan is more likely to vote the right way than Hearn. Yeah, again, it's like 1% difference. I'm not going to focus on that much. Damn, user dropped out. Whoa, what? We'll get to that in a second. Hold on. What? We'll get to the Muser stuff when it comes up, because I believe he's here. Yeah, he is. Did he drop out? Okay, we'll get to that. Gary Palmer, former walk-on wide receiver for University of Alabama. Mr. Palmer, 69. Nice. Is a longtime chairman of the Republican Policy Committee, making him the number 5 in the Republican House. Number 5 Republican in the House. A member of the Freedom Caucus, Mr. Palmer keeps a lower profile than maybe his deeply conservative counterparts. As a former member of Mr. McCarthy's leadership team, who then backed Mr. Jordan's candidacy, Mr. Palmer could try to present himself as a unifying force between the factions. Yeah, he's kind of he's a lesser-known guy. He has a good record, don't get me wrong, but it's like, you want to think he's in the Freedom Caucus. He's just that low profile, but he is. So, why doesn't Trump get involved? I don't know. Where's Hearn from? Oklahoma. Voting record is the only thing you need to be a good Speaker of the House, though. I know that, but it's like, if the guy has a good record, I'm assuming he would be a decent policy speaker, policy-based, and actually get us something in negotiations. Jack Bergman, I hate this guy. Red Line, why do you like this guy? I know it's from Michigan, but still. Few people outside of his district may be familiar with Mr. Bergman. A retired Marine Corps Lieutenant General, Mr. Bergman, 79, represents 76, represents Michigan's Upper Peninsula and the northern half of the Lower Peninsula. Highly decorated naval aviator, Mr. Bergman has earned catchit with many of the mainstream conservatives, several of whom are military veterans themselves, who opposed Mr. Jordan's candidacy and want an experienced leader at the helm. So they're going to vote for him because he was in the military. Is that what I'm getting here? Whatever happened to the Democrats focused on, they focused on identity politics. Well, no, it's Republican Party now. So, and Red Lion's actually in the chat. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about Red Lion. I'm just saying, like, why do you support the guy? I mean, the guy is not that good on the issues. He's an old fart. Probably doesn't even know what a phone is. And it sounds like people are only backing him because of him being a veteran. Which, again, God bless him for serving, but it's like, is that what you're going to focus on? What we need right now is a speaker who has experience leading and can put ego aside to work together for the American people. Mr. Bergman said a statement. We need a leader who shuns permanent power and recognizes the current crisis of leadership. All right. And another, in my opinion, one of the most underrated people in the House. This guy, Mike Johnson, is freaking amazing. Listen, let me be clear about something, all right? He doesn't have a 100% voting record. I'm not saying that, but Mike Johnson of Louisiana, guys, he is arguably the most conservative person in the House, not in the House Freedom Caucus, one of. I mean, he has like a 98% on like ACU and like a 100% on Numbers USA. It's something crazy. It's like, you're not in the House Freedom Caucus? That's a surprise. Mr. Johnson is a lawyer who's a former chairman of the Conservative Republican Study Committee, so he does have some influence. An evangelical Christian who's a member of the Judiciary Committee. Mr. Johnson was a key architect of the Republicans' objections to certifying the victory of Biden's victory on January 6, 2021. Many Republicans in Congress relied on his arguments. And some of those arguments are damn good. So it seems like he's somebody that knows a few things about stuff. and I think would be a very solid option. Donalds or Johnson, my only two acceptable choices. Hearn's up there too. But yeah. Actually, he's part of the Freedom Caucus. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I misread that. Okay, I misunderstood that. Okay, he is part of the Freedom Caucus. I thought, who am I thinking about then? Who was like a 98% like not in the Freedom Caucus? Chat, look that up. Who am I thinking of then? I'm trying to think here. I swore he was in the Freedom Caucus. He probably is then. I don't know. Alright. Pete Sessions, yeah. Sessions is the longest serving member of Congress so far who is considered running for Speaker. First serving from 1997 to 2019, after he was defeated in 2018 by a Democrat. Really? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Mr. Sessions ran for a seat in a different district and prevailed, returned to Congress in 2021. He has served as a chairman of the House Republican Campaign Committee and as chairman of the Powerful Rules Committee. Mr. Sessions participated in a 2019 campaign by Trump allies targeting Marie Yovanovitch, the ambassador to Ukraine, writing to the Secretary of State of Mike Pompeo that she should have been fired for repeatedly expressed disdain for the Trump administration. And last one is Mr. Muser, elected in Congress, blah, blah, blah. He was the state's Secretary of Revenue. He told the National Review that he was considering running for Speaker because I'm not going to let this kindergarten continue. So, yeah, apparently he dropped out. That's what people are saying in chat, but I think I'll rate these candidates as 1 Kern, 2 Donalds, 3 Johnson, 4 Palmer. Yeah, I agree with that list. It's Solid Snake from Texas second. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so I forgot who am I thinking about that's like 98% in ACU, but like not in the House Freedom Caucus. I'm trying to think. Look it up, Muser dropped out. I gotta look this up. I swear, right when we started the stream and this guy dropped out. I'm gonna just laugh. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, apparently, whoa, hold on. Looks like he did drop out. Alright, he did. Well, breaking news, he just dropped out. Yep, according to NBC, it's official. Let me just get this guy up. Hold on. Yep. It is officially official. Dan Muser makes his pitch, then he drops out. Are you freaking kidding me? Muser made his pitch, got a standing ovation, and dropped out. Bruh. What was that for then? Oh, yes. I'm gonna drop out after I make a speech. Oh my goodness. This is just unbelievable. Oh man. Rip Bozo. How the hell do you... Yeah, this is a rap stream. You can't go 5 minutes in a rap stream without crap like this. Okay, the political chatter made a Cenk versus Trump map already. Dear Lord. Congresswomen Kat Kamek and Scott Franklin announced their support for Donald's speakership bid. Alright, Donald has more support then. Alright, so... I'm running for speaker. Alright, I'm dropping out. What was that? What was the point? Yes, I run for speaker, but I'm gonna drop out. He must have realized that, he must have realized that there wasn't a pathway for him. Alright, let's see what everybody has to say so far. Palmer put out a statement on what he would do as speaker. Let's read this. Thoughts of Trump telling his allies not to back Emmer? We gotta see that first. Like, I don't know how true that is. Because then Trump said he got a good phone call from him. Admittedly, he had the least leadership experience. Well, no, Donalds does. Like, speaker to run too. Am I qualified to run for speaker? Yes. Alright, this is what Gary Palmer put out. Fund the government on time with all single subject appropriations bills passing the House by June 30th. Eliminate the arbitrary May 15th deadline prohibiting consideration of appropriations bill under the Congressional Budget Act. That just seems like common sense. I mean, why is that a law? Like, May 15th? Just make it like, I don't know, sometime earlier? Whatever, or just get rid of it. Prevent the House from considering other legislation if we have not passed 12 appropriations bills by June 30th. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Why the hell did they not do this? It should be before you go on summer recess, before you go out for 4 months, you have to stay in the House, and you have to pass the appropriations bills. Don't do this crap and wait until the last second. No, 3 months before it's supposed to be done, get it done then. Prevent the House from bringing up any... Oh, yeah, we've read that. We've read that. Prevent the House from recessing after July 31st if you have not passed their 12 appropriations bills. Provide for a national security exception with a 2/3 vote. This just seems like common sense. I mean, why is this unelectable? Don Bacon, I was going to bitch about it. But this is what Matt Gaetz and them wanted. And Kevin McCarthy screwed them. Don't say, well, McCarthy was trying to make a deal. He was trying to ram through a CR. He absolutely was. He should have just passed the single appropriations bills. Like he should have. Real spending cuts, not budget gimmicks. With a national debt of over $33 trillion, we do not have time to hide behind gimmicks. We reduce the actual spending, not just slow the rate of our out-of-control spending. I mean, I'm just waiting for the deficit hawk to suddenly say, no, we can't do this. No short-term CRs. If all the appropriation bills are not passed by September 30th, we will have a self-executing CR until April 15th. And no more kicking the can down the road to just before major holidays, the tactic to pressure members into voting for bad legislative policies. If Tom Emmer supports this, I'll get behind him. Enforce a true 72-hour rule, allowing members of the American people time to review the legislation. Yeah, McCarthy, what happened to that one? Oh, we have like a 5,000-page document. Quick, you got 5 minutes to read it. All right, it's all good. We checked it for you. Don't worry. I mean, this just seems like basic common sense. I mean, does anybody know why we can't do this? I'll wait for a valid reason. It seems like it's a bunch of excuses. Can't go, hold on, what did he drop out of? So Dan Muser dropped out of the speakership race. But overall, I mean, if anybody supports this, I'll take it. And Businessman has joined the channel. Welcome, good sir. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Watch Bacon vote against. Oh, he will. He will. He'll vote against because, oh, it's outdated. Everybody hates Don Bacon. He's vegan bacon. That's a good way of putting it. They should pass a bill where if they can't pass a debt deal, they have a backup plan that automatically kicks in. So, like, the backup would be a fund at all, but 2% cuts. Yeah, that should be the law. Just say, look, if you do not pass the bill by a certain date, it's automatic 4% cuts or something. I think that's a fair deal. Or 2%, whatever. Because then, A, you have some place to start from. Right? 2%, work our way. And if we don't reach it, it automatically kicks in. Yeah. Yeah, but after they make their pitch, they vote on them. Maybe he didn't get enough supporters to stay. Possibly. Possibly. Just doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. Byron Donald. What about him? Let's see what, any updates on the House speakership slap fight. Nothing yet. Bake will likely just support Emmer Scott. We all know he's lying about signing Mike Flood's pledge. He only signed that expecting Emmer to be the nominee. Yeah, if he votes, like, that asshole needs to go. And again, I'm willing to, listen, he should be talking to his voters, explaining why the hell he voted against Jordan, and why the hell he supported that pledge, and then immediately backed off from it, if Emmer loses. I'm supporting Baker in the primary because it'll be so funny to see him lose by 5 in the general. Be unable to blame Mamaga primary challenge. Yeah, I agree. Do you think we could take a Lauren Underwood in November? No. Not gonna happen. Who's a favorite? Emmer, probably. But Donald's getting some support, too. Donald's is, like, the second most, or actually the most endorsements, I think. What does Mr. Republic have to say? Or is he not here today? Let's see. Nothing. I met Palmer when the Afghanistan withdrawal was happening. He talked about how there was people in the State Department who shut him out. Yeah, I heard about that. They didn't tell the people in Congress. That's pathetic. So yeah, Emmer's the favorite right now. How's Virginia election looking? I'm gonna say this. All right, I'm not gonna like get into this. I'm gonna do like a probability thing. All right. Again, I don't know enough to say officially, but I'm gonna say this. In the state senate, I think it's like a 60% chance Dems get a majority, like a 10% chance it's tied, and like a 30% if it's Republican majority in the state senate. In the state assembly, or the delegates, I should say, I'm probably gonna say Republicans are probably slightly favored, like a 42%, like a 20% chance of a tie. I think it's be very close either way, but I think Republicans keep the state legislature, or the delegates, I should say, which it'll be close either way. I don't know yet, but I think right now it's probably they keep it, but we gotta see. State Senate, it's a little bit difficult. Emmer could be okay. He'll be under so much pressure from the Freedom Caucus, so he may be malleable. True. That's something a lot of people are bringing up, that, yeah. If the Virginia State Senate is tied, Sears breaks all the ties for Republican majority. That is true, but I'm just saying, like, straight up, who gets the majority without considering the tie? Who knows? It's a good thing that Virginia state legislature elections are this year, since the Kentucky governor race will likely be disappointing. Just gotta see. But some of the turnout data I've seen from Kentucky, it doesn't look good for Dems. But hey, Bashir's probably gonna win. But do you think Bacon bucks Delber? Hold on, we got a super chat from President Gilbert Giddeyup for 5. Saw your video on the Haley DeSantis slap fight. Could the slap fight backfire say neither gets second and Vake gets second? Your reaction to that? So that's something I've been thinking about. So if you don't know what's happening, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, they're having a slap fight. That's the best way to put it. You know, like they're spending like tens of millions of dollars of ads, doing a slap fight against each other, because it's essentially a battle for second, right? That's what this is coming down to. And Vivek's been very quiet the past month. So if those two completely implode, it's possible. I just realized it's October 23rd. A lot of people have probably voted early already. Voter turnout in Virginia is like odd. According to some voter files, it's like R+10 in some areas. And like it's like Democrat seats. So which Republican Congress has the worst voting record? Well, excuse me. Okay, like, like, what do you mean, like, straight up, like, okay, who straight up has the worst voting record, or the worst voting record for the district? Because there is a big difference, you know? Brian Fitzpatrick on paper would have the worst record, but he's like gonna buy a +5 seat. You gotta give him some slack. But for like a deep red seat, there's some bad ones. Let's see here. Kay Granger. Like R +15 seat or whatever it is. Hey, Rep, out of all the speaker candidates, which one could help us net the most gains in the Rust Belt? I don't think any of them will. You know? I think that's up to Trump. I feel like Emmer and Scott would feel to get the Freedom Caucus. The Emmer, they like the Emmer for some reason. But Georgia's still competitive. Yeah. That Dem congressman running for president called for Emmer to make a bipartisan speakership deal. Yeah, I saw that. You know, is that what Phillips is going to run as? Like the true moderate unifier? Even though he voted with Biden like 98% of the time, or whatever it was. Is that what's going to happen? I kind of hope so. Hot take, Emmer should run for Senate in Minnesota. He should. He should get blown out by, what's her name? Klobuchar. Dan Newhouse. He's gotten better, I guess, but you think DeSantis drops out? Today's the last day of Jeff Rose's 60 days to beat Trump, and so far, no comeback. Yeah, he's gone, like, down 10 points. It's possible. Can Virginia send the flip now if Spanberger retires? Yes. Gotta get the right candidate, though. Spanberger is a strong incumbent. She is. If she does retire, which seems imminent, possible. It's possible. To win the speaker nomination, does the Republican have to get a majority? If Emmer doesn't get a majority of the vote, will there be multiple rounds of voting? Yes. So again, how it works is you gotta get a straight up majority in the House. It doesn't matter how. You get a bunch of people to vote president, not show up, whatever. But yeah. Brock Lesnar for Minnesota Senate. That sounds like a decent idea, not gonna lie. Emmer would get his butt kicked if he challenged Klobuchar, but he would retire from Congress doing it. So I'd support it. I would too. 217 would be very hard, yeah. I think it's only gonna be Hearn or Donalds that gets that. Donalds because, sadly enough, his skin color. That's what they come down to. We're at that point in the GOP where he's gonna get it because probably is the color of his skin. That's how unserious some of these people are. You know, Don Bacon probably votes against him, but they don't want to be seen as the racist. And they want to spite Democrats, so. Get a Youngkin/Cow type in Virginia 7th, yes. Absolutely. Alright, we do got some breaking news. We got breaking news out of the presidential election. Oh boy. No! I made a joke about Tim Scott earlier. And it turns out that, I shouldn't have made that joke about how Tim Scott should drop out. Because according to Politico, this is a developing story. You gotta be freaking kidding me. The Tim Scott campaign just held a team call to announce they're moving most of their resources and staff to Iowa, according to the person with knowledge. No comment yet from campaign spokesperson. Right when I said something about Scott. He canceled everything. Let me get that up. He canceled like $1 million, I think it was. Rap, you didn't. I did. Every time I say something. Oh my gosh. I gotta get the, yeah, right here. From Medium Buying. Yep, right here. We got Politico with the official article. Bruh. I said he was going to drop out. This is effectively dropping out. He didn't rap. He didn't rap. What? He didn't drop out. This is basically dropping out. Tim Scott is moving nearly all of his resources to Iowa in a bid to re-energize his faltering campaign. The South Carolina Senator's campaign announced the move to staff during a call Monday afternoon, according to two people with knowledge of the plan. Really? I made a joke about Tim Scott dropping out, and this all but dropping out. Give me a break about he's still in it to win it. He may not even make the debate. What does that tell you? He's putting everything in the kitchen sink in Iowa, and they canceled all their spending in New Hampshire. My God. We have done it, everybody. The meme has continued. Gentlemen, we've won. Trust the plan. Great. Now, I can't even say anything because the next thing I'm going to say is like, Ron DeSantis, drops out because of money. That's not going to happen this stream, I don't think. So, I don't think. Right? Right? It's going to happen, isn't it? Now that I said that, right after I end the stream, breaking! Ron DeSantis drops out. Ah, man. Let's see. I would not be shocked if Bacon voted for Hakeem Jeffries while also voting against Downs or Curtin. Yeah, he would. Hearn. Should Perry Johnson be a part of Trump's cabinet? Absolutely. He did drop out, so that's sad. But he did, I think, is a good economic advisor. Considering we have a majority of the House, if a Democrat wins the House speakership, does that mean a Democrat would be a majority speaker with a Republican House majority? No. He would just be speaker. But without the majority, he can't really do anything. Except introduce legislation. Oh, man. Breaking news, Ron DeSantis gets nominated. Let's see. Ron should drop out after today, considering 60 days are up. Yeah, there was something about that. He only had 60 days. So we're waiting on any big news, on any endorsements or something crazy. Nothing yet. I think some MAGA people would say Q is schizo, yeah. Nobody actually believes it, except like 0.1% of people in the base. So. Hey, Rap, what if Ted Cruz was a great senator of Texas? He's a decent senator. Not great, but he is decent. It depends on your definition of decent. How did Green Bay lose to the Broncos? No comment. Didn't happen. It's fake news. We didn't lose. We clearly won. Frankly, we did win. Speakers also have a lot of scheduling power. Yeah, so. Trump pulling out of NATO. Yeah, that's something I saw. Hold on, what? Let's see. What is this about NATO? Trump drops on NATO? What? Oh, good. So, according to Rolling Stone, which is not the most accurate thing in the world, Trump is actively planning to pull U.S. out of NATO. Yes! Either make them start paying for their fair share again, or get the hell out. Seems like a good idea to me. I would prefer to stay in NATO, but if they're not paying their fair share, screw them. Why not? Pull out of NATO, haha. What a risky ass thing to say. How? I mean, if NATO's not paying their fair share, screw him. I don't care. Listen, I don't care when's the Russia-Ukraine stuff. That's not what this is about. It's about, hey, Germany, Start paying the 2% rate like you're supposed to, or we're gone. We're not going to be paying for you people anymore. Here up, any updates on Megan Wolf, the elections chief? It's just a shit show. That's the best way to put it. And NATO strengthen alliance with African Asian countries. I would just see, like, keep NATO, but force them to actually pay their fair share. That's just my opinion. Let's see. NATO's doing more to destabilize the world than most other organizations. Well, I wouldn't say that, but they're just they're costing way too much money. They're being incompetent about it. Hold on. I gotta verify what? What about Putin? What? Hold on. I don't believe that Putin stuff. Haven't seen anything yet. That would be big news if that's the case. I was going to Voss just impeach Evers, lieutenant governor, to give himself the governorship. He does have a supermajority in the, or actually he could, but he won't. France did that in the 70s, but re-entered in 09. True. Breaking, Glenn Youngkin to launch. No way. No way. That's fake. Fake news. Youngkin's not running for president, hopefully, because I like him. Here up is... Hold on, what? Thoughts on Jackson Hinkle? That guy is... I don't know. I have no comment at that guy. It's like... What the hell are you talking about? Like... I guess he's pro-Russia and pro-Palestine or something. Is that right? It's like, what? Why? Who do you want for speaker given our options? Who do you think will win the speakership? Hopefully Kevin Hearn, Byron Downs, or Mike Johnson. But we'll probably get Tom Emmer. Breaking child services plan. Let's see. Yeah, I don't get the Hinkle stuff. I don't know what he's talking about. Like, we need to be pro-Russian stuff, or pro-Ukraine, or pro-Palestine. It's like, no. Just be pro-America. America first. Hinkle's a communist freak. That explains a lot, then. Thoughts of MAGA communism. The biggest scam I've ever heard of. It just conflicts with each other. It's like, MAGA communism? That's the dumbest thing I've heard so far. I'm pretty sure Jackson Hinkle's anti-America. I wouldn't be shocked. How about the Rumble content? I don't know. Rumble, I think, died for me. Like, I can't get, the videos on Rumble are not, like, you know, transferring, I guess. So I gotta go fix that. But Rumble, I'm not a big fan of. You know, it should be updated automatically, but it's not. So, chat, like, the Rumble stuff, I'm not a big fan. Like, they got a lot of problems to fix. I'm just being real. What happened? Yes. We need to be pro-Italian. Okay. Alright, so far, nothing crazy's happened just yet. The Tim Scott stuff was funny, but nothing like absolutely, well, the damn user stuff was crazy. Kim Reynolds, who endorsed DeSantis November 4th. You used Rumble for the GOP debate and it was a shit show, yeah. It was not good. And I also, somehow, I got a copyright claim by Fox for that one. It's like, it's on Rumble. Why the hell is it getting copyright struck by them? Not struck, but that is an open debate. That's a public debate that's being streamed for free on Rumble. And they just copyright claimed it? So I'm worried I'm gonna get struck down for it. It's like, so that stream is private right now. The first GOP debate. It is, or second one I should say. It is currently private because I'm worried that those assholes are gonna strike it down for whatever reason. I don't get it. It's a public debate. It should be behind this garbage paywall. And like, yet some people just, yeah. Fox copyright struck Pac-Man and Timcast. They didn't strike me down yet, but it's a bunch of bullshit what they did. It's a public debate. Why the hell is that being owned by a private company? This is the problem with privatizing the elections. It's not a good idea. And again, I'm fine with copyright, but the news is a completely separate thing. Fox News, I used to love them. Yeah, Tucker was the only good guy in that show. Well, I guess Jesse Waters is good, but I still believe that Republicans will tie the state senate in Virginia. Young could campaign for them, and him getting big crowds is amazing. It's possible, but no. Fair use is basically dead now, yeah. Like, it's one thing if I, like, you know, had the exact same feed, but it's like, no, I didn't. I was reacting to it. I had purposely adjusted the footage and the audio to be fair use. I've been following the fair use guidelines. I do for every video. I try to, you know, adjust it to make it so it's informative, it's transparent, it's whatever. Greg Gutfield, he's decent. Which would you rather have, Rap? Dan Cameron victory in Kentucky or the GOP have complete control of Virginia? GOP control of Virginia. All we have is YouTube, unfortunately, yeah. It just, YouTube, like, it's getting better, but how they're handling the Sniper Wolf situation. You guys see that? I'm not going to say it here, but I have words about that person. Freaking nut job. Tucker got fired because he pushed lies that cost his employees hundreds of millions. Bullcrap. Bullcrap. Bill O'Reilly for speaker. No. Just no. Sean Hannity, no. Yeah, I don't know. Just YouTube is just a mess. Again, I would bail ship if there were alternatives, but it really isn't. I mean, chat. I mean, honestly, like, is there any alternatives to YouTube? Like, Rumble, that is, like, Rumble's just far behind everything. It's getting better, but it's like, uploading a video sucks. The monetization process sucks. Not the best. I'm glad it's free speech, but it's like, I'm getting worried about it. It's not good. Honesty was one, it's going to be canceled. Yeah, I saw that. You gotta swing every poll 30% in favor of Christie. Yeah. Rumble. And Rumble's far behind. It's like, not good. The Jack situation is the least of Sniper Wolf's problems. Yeah, I guess he's a pedophile or something. Who knows? That's why I'm not... Listen, I never get into that stuff, but, like, there's so many asshole YouTubers. It's unbelievable. It's like, oh my god, I make videos for a living. I'm the hottest shit in the world. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You make shitty videos. I make shitty videos here, and I don't consider myself an influencer, or whatever you want to call me. But, yeah. I'm just a shit poster, I guess. Did you hear about the vice president of Argentina was a former president and her husband was also the former president? Yeah. The Argentina stuff's a mess. Unskew the Christie polls. All the polls are fake and Russian. Real. Alright. Let's see if we got anything else trending. I don't think we're seeing anything. Not so far. Rap, your videos suck. We stay for the memes. Yeah, I know. Listen, my videos are not high quality. Listen, because it's like, okay, I'm not like the best video editor. I'm not, you know. No shame being a shit poster, yeah. Rap is actually likable. Well, I try to be. It's like, I'm not one of these fake people that pretend to, oh, I'm this hot shit that's gonna buy a Lamborghini because I got a, you know, freaking 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's like, no. I'm never gonna be like that. Never will. I don't want to. Okay. Chris Christie's the most healthy presidential nominee. Yeah. Okay. Could the Youngkin machine become the new Read machine? Possible. What's the meaning of your reminder tweets? It's just old videos I loved when I was younger. That's what it is. It's funny. YouTube only protects you if you have connections. Yeah. If you don't, you're screwed. This is today the nominating day for speaker. So there was a form. It is just done. We got breaking news on that front. It is done. So they're going to have the vote, I believe, tomorrow? Right? It's tomorrow the vote is, I believe. I could be wrong, but tomorrow should be the vote. Should be the vote. Yeah, so tomorrow they're going to have the speakership vote, and then supposedly Wednesday, they're going to vote on the House floor. As long as not, hold on. YouTube only cares about the ad revenue, even though ad revenue has gone down the toilet. They're not willing to admit that, but it has. Stealing money for creators for many years now, people. Multiple votes tomorrow until somebody gets a majority. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Again, not in the House floor, in the freaking private. We have to vote in private for whatever reason. Screw the people. We don't need the listeners, peasants. Who got it? Nobody, because they haven't voted for anything. Not yet. Don't quote me, but not yet. Not yet. It took 4 days for the voting on the speakership to start with Jordan got nominated. Yeah. So it's probably gonna be the end of this week to get somebody. Do you think that Tim Beller will run for Senator of Utah? I hope so. He brings he has an issue that he's like an expert on. That I think he would be a decent candidate for. He does bring something different to the table. Watch him bring back Jim Jordan. It's like a 0.001%, but would it be funny if Jim Jordan was the one with the most support? I would start laughing hysterically if they had to bring back Jim Jordan. They're like, oh God, get him back, quick. Let's see. None of them look happy. Brian Donald was asked, how do you think they did? And they look depressed. Good. Force them to do something for once. Just join what I missed. Nothing. Who won the candidate form? No. Apparently nobody did. Apparently everybody's depressed. I've heard rumblings that McCarthy's eyeing return if they fail again. There's no way he could get the votes. Don't think so. Hey, Rob, can anime, hold on. Can anime be called conservative? I mean, I guess. I'm not into anime stuff. There could be, but the former's closed door, so he don't know. Yeah. How you feeling with Argentina? We're gonna lose. I have that feeling that we're gonna get stuck with a socialist, who's the economic advisor, mind you, for that country. That's South America in a nutshell, everybody. Hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah. Hey, Rap, did you see that Pence only has 15 people show up at his rally? Yeah, isn't he like at, not Texas Roadhouse, Pizza Ranch? Or yeah, something like that? Yeah, only like 5 people showed up. I was disappointed when I heard the forum was closed doors, but I was hoping for a good show, but was disappointed. Yeah, do it public! Stop this crap of, we are gonna go behind the scenes and... yeah. Well, wait, why? What's going on in Argentina? There's an election happening, and they're going to runoff. When you vote for 140% inflation. Let's see. Why is Miley not going to win? Because apparently the center-right people are backing the Massa, whatever her name is. The socialist. That's just depressing if that's the case. Did Trump really say not to vote early? I don't know. Did he? For knowing the DeSantis people, they probably cut it up and spliced it up. They probably cut out the first 10 minutes of it. But alright, everybody. If you got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now or forever go in peace. Hey, Rap, if Ross Perot won in 1992, would things be better now, right now? Yes, they would be, I think. Mike Pence for manager Pizza Ranch. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely pathetic. It'd be cool if we had 2 speakers that share power so we can get an establishmentarian and a MAGA speaker. That's never going to happen. Can we see red Virginia and blue Georgia? I mean, it's possible the governor's level, but federally, I don't think so. Don't think so. The center-right of Argentina is like our rhinos. Yeah. They're going to... Apparently, they're back into socialists. Alright. Yeah. It's sad that a former VP is bankrupt, Lamau. Yeah. How the hell did you blow that much money? Alright. But anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching the stream. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the social media accounts in the description down below. And, of course, join the channel today. Thank you all so much. We'll be back tomorrow with another stream, hopefully another video. Godspeed to all of you.